Mr. Brado?
Here.
Mr. Gleason? Here. Mr. Leonetti?
Here.
Ms. Torp?
Here.
Ms. Oparka? Absent.
Next item is approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Approval of the minutes from June 11th. Are there any changes to the first page? Any changes to the second page? Is there a motion?
Make that motion to approve.
Support.
Made by Mr. Leonetti, supported by Mr. Gleason. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. The minutes are approved. Hearings and reviews. Mr. Gleason, would you read the first case?
Yes, case number 06-24, Nicholas Gossi at 39539 Jefferson, property number 17-12-16-331-047. He is requesting a 39.2-foot variance from Article 14, Section 14.17 for an addition to be built on an existing Benevenuto restaurant.
Who is here to present for the case? Would you go to the podium, sir, give your name and address for the record?
My name is Lawrence Mislinski, and I live at 32300 North River Road. I'm an engineer, and I'm here to speak in behalf of Benvenuto's, the owners of Benvenuto's restaurant. And just a point of clarification, when you opened the meeting, you said the Building Board of Appeals. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals, is that correct?
Did I really?
Yes.
Shame on me. Okay, Zoning Board of Appeals, sir.
Yes, and I apologize. I'm not what I used to be. I can't read your name, so
Okay.
I'm too far away. Any rate, we are requesting a variance with respect to the front yard setback required for building the Benvenuto's restaurant. As you may know or may not, Benvenuto's restaurant burnt down this past winter. The owners have begun the process to rebuild and expand the size of their parking lot. Benvenuto's has been in the township for the past 20 years under the zoning of B3, and we have a practical difficulty. We are proposing an addition of 808 square feet to be located on the south side of the existing building wall, which places it 114.3 feet from the center line of Jefferson. B1 zoning requires a front yard setback of 65 to 75 feet from the center line of Jefferson. You may or may not know that Jefferson on the west side is 60 feet wide from the center line, but on the east side, it's 33 feet wide. So that, I don't know if someone took that into account when they wrote the ordinance for the Village One or not, but prior to this, I had checked out the other properties on the west side of Jefferson. And south of Benvenuto's restaurant, there are 5 properties, and every one of them is beyond the 65 and 75-foot setback. They range from 95 feet to 82 feet. And on the north side of Benvenuto's restaurant, there are 6 properties. Now, there's more than that many properties, but these are the properties that have buildings on them. There's 6 properties, and they vary in a distance from 110 feet to, what is that? 80 feet. So the ordinance, I think, is not taking this into account, that many more properties have setbacks that don't meet this particular ordinance. So we believe it's a hardship to meet the ordinance. The restaurant would have to relocate the drive entrance into the proposed parking lot, which would be a high expense to them. And so this is why we're asking for the variance. We believe there's a hardship to the property.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak?
A lot of people here.
On this topic?
This topic.
No one wants to speak. All right, please go to the podium, give your name and address.
Renee Haag, HAAG, 37455 Lakeville, Harrison Township. Just the whole proposal, we love the restaurant, but with that variance, I'm visualizing how it's going to impact the parking lot because we go there often, and it seems like that's taking away, but there's not a visual so that we can see it, but how will that impact the parking lot, the current one? Is it going to decrease the parking space? Because when we go in there, sometimes it's kind of cramped. I don't know who I'm asking. I'm just making a statement here.
We don't
The answer
know.
to that, that's what
Yeah.
you'd have to ask them.
Would you like to answer, sir?
Increase. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And it's, well, just so I understand on that note of, in terms of parking, so if you're building out of the south side, that's where the existing parking is somewhat, some way, currently. Term present. Which would be the vacant land to the south? That's where that is, okay.
I think they own that land.
Okay.
They own that.
Lot
parcel
52,
that-
53, and 54.
They're going to be using that land for parking.
I have one question. The addition you're building does not line up with, it does not line up with the back of the other part of the building. You know what I'm saying? Is there a reason for that? Okay. I mean, and just for the record, anytime I have a concern with like a variance or setback, this is for the audience here, because we got a lot of people here. Some of these things are put in place setbacks, for the reason what occurred here for fire. We don't want the building to be close to the residential homes behind there, because, a flame could leap over and land on the home. So the proposal as it stands now, I'm just stating this for the record, in no way, shape, or form has any of the structure any closer to the residential homes than it was before. So it's good. I just wondered why you didn't, if you can see here, you just didn't even it out here, which is fine with me, because it's actually further away from the homes, but, and that's just, I guess, a designer's issue, but you just didn't even it out with this wall here. I mean, that's fine. I just was wondering why not, that's all.
Shuffleboard?
Yeah.
Basketball?
Something back there, parking for the owner maybe, I don't know. It's a cornhole, right.
Please, do that.
Adam Dibble, DIBBLE 32405 South River Road. So I've never been to one of these meetings before, and I think that the statement regarding existing conditions of other housing is something I've obviously, or buildings have noticed, and just here for support. Moved into the township during COVID times, and they were one of the only restaurants open and supportive. Soup has me, Soup of Toscana as well. I have my own omelet on the menu as well, so if you ever want to add them down, but big support. Think that they're great, contributors to the community. Sorry to see that they're not there, and hope that you guys can move this forward. Thanks.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Would you like to go on record, ma'am? Okay.
My name's Debbie Chestnut, 37865 Lake Shore, Harrison Township. I just want to say that we miss them so much, like, their family. You go in there, she always remembered where you sat, she remembered what you drank, she knows what you like. Like, I didn't even have to order anymore, Bruna just make me something. And she always knew what I wanted, and we really miss them, so I really hope that all this is approved, so we can have you back, because we love you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
We were sent a notice and told to come up here today to talk, so that's why we're here. So I'm a big fan of the restaurant, obviously, as
Name
well
and
as
address,
everyone.
sir?
My name is Al Huffstetler, and my home is at 38475 Long Street, but I also own the duplex just south where the new parking lot is being extended. It comes up against my duplex. So I'm here for that comment. Obviously, it's north of a 200-foot extension. I got no problem with that, except that I have families living there, one represented here, and, headlights, noise, things like that are concern for me. So I'm requesting that a solid sound light barrier wall be built along the south side of the parking lot, the new parking lot that's coming in. And however it's constructed, I don't care. I'm not fussy. It could be gold or wood, I don't care. But I just want it to be blocking. I don't want my families, my people that are living in these houses for many, many years, good tenants, to have people's headlights coming in their windows in the middle of the night, or beeping, or talking, or yelling, and things like that. Of course, if they sell it to some other party, it could be a whole nother audience there as well. So I think I'm just trying to be preemptive in making sure that that gets done. And the only second thing that I want to bring up is, if you'll note, I did look at the drawings, and I saw the dimensions. If you look at that southwest corner, there's a very deep swale there where water gathers all the time. It's never, I thought it was a lake, okay? So I'm just saying, if there's a time to correct that problem, I think now's the time to correct that problem. And I know this pain well. I've had to put in back drainage in my own house to correct these problems. But I just, there's a catch basin that's very close to there. Could be one of the answers, or swale it up to the ditch, but then you'd have to go underneath the bike path. I don't know what the engineering solution is, but anybody who lives in and around that area can say there's always a lot of water in that corner. So those are my two issues then. Any questions?
Well, the only thing I would suggest is that with your concerns, we'll note them, but our jurisdiction just deals with variances, right? On the, just deals with the variances for what they're requesting here. So as far as some of the things you're talking about, it might be something you might have to go to the planning commission on.
Okay,
So you might want to look for the next meeting with respect to that.
okay,
Bring up your issues there. They have a little bit more jurisdiction with respect to that than we do.
okay, good.
We're bound by the terms of the ordinances as they're related to variances for building. That's our job here.
Okay,
We do have a liaison to the planning commission. She just doesn't happen to be here tonight. She would
Right.
be very
okay,
helpful.
but the notes will go into the meetings, and then we'll follow up on
Yeah,
the next
This
meeting.
is a
Absolutely.
single issue. board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or single issues, variance or no variance. That's it.
it's still good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyway, yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Rolf Haag, 37455 Lakeville Street. So my wife and I will live in this neighborhood since 8-9 years, and we frequently come to visit Benvenidos, and we are really missing something. And this is the best neighborhood ever, except two things. One is the roads, but I think that's another thing, and the other one is restaurants. We really don't have a lot of good restaurants. If you don't belong to the top 5 or 6 that we have, there are people go outside. People go to Troy, to Sterling Heights, on Hall Road. So we need to make it easy for the current restaurants to do business, because this is a rich neighborhood. So there is money there, but we want to keep the money in Harrison Township and not go on Hall Road. Yeah, I'm sorry for Hall Road now, but again, so I really hope you guys are back in business pretty soon, and we can support the local restaurants and get, people more coming to us instead of people that have money go somewhere else. So I hope you make it easy for them to get back in business. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your input, sir.
And for the record, Jefferson's due to be repaved next year. It's on the schedule with the Department of Roads. So Jefferson between South River Road and 16 Mile Road is going to be repaved. So,
They finally did repave the southern part of it. better,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Thank you, we'll go into board
And
discussion.
it actually had just one other question. So before the fire, or now that the building is being reconstructed, this wall that's on the, now would be the west wall, is that going to be that's the wall that it remains today, right? And it will be rebuilt along that same elevation, so to speak? Okay.
Board members?
Yeah, go ahead, make a
Mr.
motion.
Leonetti, please make a motion.
Thank you. I'm gonna make a motion, I'm gonna approve the variance, I'm gonna give the reasons why, as stated on the record by the petitioner's advocate. Number one, which was of most significant note to me, was the fact that there are other existing buildings along that street, most notably on the west side. He noted that the buildings to the south and the north of the petitioner's property also had variances that, also had dimensions that didn't comport with the existing Article 14, Section 14.17. The petitioner's advocate went out there, measured those buildings, and noted that they are not in compliance either. So at some point, those individuals got variances. So with regard to that, I don't think we should deny this particular petitioner, since the other existing structures are also not in compliance. Second of all, the hardship was presented by the advocate. If they were going to redesign it a different way, it was going to cost them more money than they would like to spend. So given those factors, I think it allows this board to go ahead and issue a approval for their variance.
Is there support?
Support.
Mr. Gleason, would you please vote?
Mr. Leonetti?
Yes.
Mr. Brano?
Yes.
Mr. Gleason, yes. Ms. Torp?
Yes. Congratulations.
I almost clapped.
People, I know, I almost did too. Everyone's so happy.
Just remember now that Toscana soup every day, not just Wednesdays.
Because I have to try it.
Yeah, you'll have to.
It's like a big love fest.
That was a nice one.
Clearly knows what belongs to the planning commission. Yeah, he said he could look at that. Is it inappropriate to ask what they're anticipating?
No, go ahead.
Is it Bruna?
Bruna.
Bruna? I just,
Bruna?
Bruna, what kind of time frame are you looking at?
It's good to see you, sweetie, of course. We'll see you again for breakfast soon, yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you. What kind of time frame? When do you think you'll start?
We just needed to figure this out and it's possible because we lost so much time.
I've never seen such wonderful support for a business.
You know what, after everything happened, like all our world froze down. And what my husband goes, now do this for me. What made us take this decision is all the support from her.
That's good.
All the people, all the messages, it made us, we're gonna do it not only for us, but for them too.
Good luck.
It's right, it was one of the better, good restaurant in town, one of the better ones, so we'll be glad to have you back online.
You know, it's a-
everything from our heart, from our soul. It's like, we want to make people happy as you are in them at home. So if you do that,
The lady said it's home.
yeah, it is. Like, I can remember her order right now, even if it's like, oh, this month. Thank you.
You're good,
Thank
good
you.
to see you. See you soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was real glad to see that. When I opened that package, I was excited. I was like,
No, and then I was afraid to say anything.
you know.
you know.
Yeah, you don't want to look like
No,
you're in
no,
favor,
but-
but, you know.
Do we have any old business? New business, announcements, public comments? Next meeting is October 8th. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make the motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
All right.
Okay, this has to be the nicest meeting we've ever had. Like you say, some of them are contentious. This one makes up for it.
Yeah. Well, luckily, so far, I haven't had one.